The dinner table, once the heart of their home, was now a battlefield. The roasted chicken lay untouched, steam still rising, but no one noticed. The clink of cutlery and cheerful chatter that had filled the room only minutes ago had been replaced by a suffocating silence. Daniel sat rigid, his hands trembling on his lap. He hadn't meant for it to explode like this, but the secret had eaten away at him for days. He could no longer carry the burden alone. His mother still held the receipt, her eyes locked on the thin paper as though it were poison. Her chest rose and fell unevenly, her breath shallow, her heart pounding so loud she thought it might echo in the room. Her husband, her partner, the man she had defended countless times, sat across from her, pale and motionless. Finally, she lifted her gaze. Her voice was quiet, but it carried a razor edge. "Tell me it's not real. Tell me this is a mistake." He swallowed hard, his Adam's apple bobbing nervously. His lips parted, but the words caught in his throat. His silence was his answer. The mother's chair screeched against the floor as she pushed back and stood abruptly. She staggered slightly, clutching the edge of the table for balance. Her eyes shimmered with tears, but her face hardened with resolve. "All those nights, all those excuses. I told them, your father works too hard. He sacrifices for this family. I defended you. I believed you." Her voice cracked, but she pressed on. "And you were in some hotel with her." The children flinched at the venom in her words. Emma placed a shaky hand on her little brother's arm, but Daniel pulled away, guilt consuming him. "I should have stayed quiet," he whispered, his voice breaking. The mother turned to him immediately, kneeling beside his chair. She cupped his trembling hands in hers, tears spilling down her cheeks. "No, Daniel. You did nothing wrong. Don't you dare blame yourself. You showed me the truth." Her words cut deeper into the father than any scream could. He stared down at his plate, his reflection staring back at him in the untouched wine. His lips trembled as he finally spoke. I made a mistake." The mother's bitter laugh filled the room, hollow and sharp. "A mistake. A receipt with your name on it. Months of lies. Nights you swore you were at work. That's not a mistake. That's a choice." Emma, her voice trembling, joined in. "Dad, how could you? We trusted you. Mom trusted you." Her words, soft yet heavy with betrayal, pierced him. He wanted to explain, to justify, but every excuse sounded pitiful even in his own mind. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," he whispered. The mother rose to her feet again, her tears giving way to anger. "Don't you dare stand there and act like this just happened. You destroyed this family piece by piece while looking me in the eyes and lying." The storm outside raged louder, thunder shaking the windows. The children jumped at the sound, but no one moved. Finally, the mother pointed to the door. Her voice was steady, final. "Get out." The father looked up, his eyes glistening with tears. "Please, don't do this in front of the kids." "In front of the kids?" Her voice cracked. "You already did this in front of them when you brought your lies into this house." The children sat frozen, their hearts pounding, their reality unraveling before them. Daniel buried his face in his hands, sobbing quietly. Emma stared at her father, her eyes a mixture of sorrow and fury. Slowly, heavily, the father stood. He looked at each of them, as though memorizing their faces. His lips parted to speak, but no words came. He reached for his jacket hanging on the chair, the very jacket where the receipt had been found. The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone. The mother's voice broke the silence once more. "Leave, and don't come back until you know what honesty means." The father's eyes burned with regret, but he obeyed. He turned toward the door, each step echoing like a drumbeat of finality. When the door finally slammed shut behind him, the sound reverberated through the house, blending with the storm outside. Rain hammered the windows, lightning flashed across the sky, and the wind howled like a chorus of grief. Inside, the family sat in ruins. The mother collapsed back into her chair, covering her face with her hands as sobs shook her body. Emma rushed to her side, wrapping her arms around her tightly. Daniel leaned against his sister, seeking comfort in the only stability left. The food on the table grew cold. The candles flickered weakly, their flames fighting against the storm outside. That night no one ate. No one slept. The house, once a home, had become a place of broken trust and unanswered questions. And as the hours dragged on, the children understood a painful truth. Some storms don't just rage outside. Some storms destroy from within.